negative about a guy who graduated from Harvard University, had never been given an opportunity to play, and he done came in and averaged like 25 points a game, 5 straight games, and they done won. And every time you ask him a question, he's like, man, the team is great. I'm fighting for the team. He'll never say nothing about no individual. And so last night, Carmelo Anthony, knowing he better shut his ass up, he says, man, my son said, hey, man, Lynn is awesome. So that's a different mindset. But Floyd Mayweather, ignorant Negro, who got hundreds of millions of dollars, thinks he can just say whatever the hell he wants because he ain't got spirituality and culture. Same Negro that had his dad on the show, cussing him out, disrespecting him, the whole nine. So he said, well, he came from a bad environment. Food, I don't care how you want to look at it. The only way you're able to make money is because that sorry Negro that you're talking about offers sperm to your moms to fertilize eggs. So it doesn't matter how the situation is. I can give you my account of a bad situation with my dad. But without these two particular things here, you're not going to do anything educationally to help your people, economically to help your people, socially to help your people, and for sure politics. And so now that forces people like Doc Collins to now teach classes, and then like, damn, I got to help society. So I got to run for office too. So he got to try to run for office, teach class, go to church, be a daddy, be a granddaddy. Yeah. Because where are the young folks? They're not being cultivated. And so now, guess what? I don't want to stay in no black community. Where you want to live at? Southern Trace. Yeah. Why you want to live in Southern Trace? They got pretty houses. Why they got pretty houses? Because they're not going to let you paint your damn house orange and black or purple. They're not going to let you have trash on your lawn. Cars on your lawn. You know, I like that. That lawn looks so nice. It doesn't have cars on it. No crap. Because they don't allow it. So why do we allow it? Man, you better not say nothing to them. Spirituality and culture. You got to fight for your communities. You got to fight to do business. Because if you don't do that, see, I don't tolerate that foolish. I'm from the ghetto. So I done transitioned from ghetto, because I grew up in Lakeside. Lakeside used to be a very nice community, Lakeside, Alabama. I grew up there, and before the drugs and the gangs, people used to take care of their yards. Gangs come in, crackheads. So now everybody doesn't want to do the same thing. So now you see how the community has gone down. Cook Road. Man, this used to be a vibrant community. This Cook Road is actually the largest black community in America by square mile. Okay, it's larger than Harlem by square mile. It used to be the second largest behind Harlem in terms of population. But most of the people have now left the Cook Road because they don't see no vitality. So where are the businesses? It used to be way more businesses in scholars back in 1948 up here than you have now. So, but we still have some spirituality and culture going on, so that basically infused the overall dynamic. Everything goes back to these 6 pillars. Everything. Now, breaking off real quick. Economics. What is it? It's already laid out. Now, the textbook will tell you that economics is basically production, distribution, and consumption. I add transportation and storage because those are too huge of components to just look at all under distribution. Because you have transportation building. Y'all got a Fortune 500 corporation right on the Cooper Road, KCS Railroad. That's a transportation segment in economics. They transport goods up and down the railroad throughout the country every day. Ain't nobody ever know. I guarantee they ain't got 20 people from the Cooper Road that work at KCS. I guarantee you. And they're a Fortune 500 corporation, not based out of Shreveport, but they have a location here. And then storage. Every product that you make has to be stored somewhere. That's a whole nother game. So now most people participate in this game typically by way of consumption. So like I said yesterday, black folks have over $1 trillion a year to spend disposable dollars, but less than 4% is spent in the black community. So now we get into the dynamic aspects of economics, and this is where it's at. But if you don't have spirituality and culture, even if you're making money, you're not going to now rotate those dollars in your own community, or you're not going to support the businesses in your community. And therefore the businesses are going to dry up, and the community is going to look bad. If it wasn't for Southern University, up here on the Cook Road be dead. This kind of cook bro be there. Y'all are the economic engine that drives the cook bro. And that comes by way of your tuition and tax dollars that come from the public sector in order to make it happen. You have a basketball gym to play on as a byproduct of cook bro being up here. You have a scholarship as a byproduct of cook bro being up here. Now you have an opportunity to do it. What do you major in? Huh? You major in sociology. So now, okay, you get a job in sociology. How are you going to become financially independent? Do you now start to see how this impacts you? So you can now have a business or something like that outside of it? What can you actually do? You can actually become a certified counselor and start to deal with a lot of the children that they're now making crazy, and now start to counsel them. You become a, what is that called?
Licensed counselor.
LPCI? LPC. So you can now do that as your entrepreneur endeavor. You haven't thought about this. What you think about it? The LPC. So now you can have that on the side, have your business, have your job. Now guess what? You start to build your clientele here, now you segue into your business. Now guess what? You've created a job for another person because you left your job to create your own job. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Then you make a couple $100,000, then you pay yourself $10,000. Let the business take care of all the other stuff so you have high tax liability. We'll talk about that in another class. You want to understand how we rock and roll that overall thing. But everything rolls on these 6 pillars of empowerment in terms of this overall deal. But if we don't understand these terms, I was looking at Black in America the other day, and this guy, one of the entrepreneurs, said, "We are all capitalists." And if I would have been on the show, I would have asked him, what does that word mean? What does capitalism mean? He thought this is a good term. Capitalism is actually a bad term. Capitalism is predicated on a permanent class. So now, when I say today, this workshop is about culture, social. And by the way, me and my colleague Kameko Thomas came up with this term. Culture, social. Now, if you look at your document, what is a social entrepreneur? Social entrepreneurs are individuals with innovative solutions to society's most pressing social problems. They use the word problems. It's actually supposed to be issues. They are ambitious and persistent, tackling major social issues and offering new ideas for wide-scale change. Let me show you what a social entrepreneur is. I was doing this and I didn't even know what I was doing. But then I had to revise the concept. Now I'm glad that Robert came because Robert is the owner of Little Shanty Art Gallery in Shreveport. Now, come up here and sit. Now, Dr. Collins, this is the first in this game that I created called a cultural art challenge. Now, I had a client as an artist, 2 clients, individual and group, Promotion Art Society. And I used to do their proposals for Kwanzaa. Then I started thinking about the concept of a starving artist. What makes an artist starve? Well, they don't know how to market what they do, number 1. Number 2, there's really not markets for it majorly. Now I'm talking about Black artists there, in their own community, but even with white artists, they're really not. That's an elitist, for the most part, thing. The average person does not really comprehend the whole art game. That's where people like Rob and his wife try to help enlighten. So I started thinking, I said, what if I could create a concept to sell art at a lower price, frame, certificate of authenticity, the whole 9, and not give an artist $100,000 a year? Wow. So this is how I created what is called